All right,
You gotta take your headphones off.
Oh, I can't have headphones on. That's fun. I should have. I just known that from the get go. Maybe I'll do the beard headphones.
That's not gonna work. All right, you're still gonna be with. Oh, the beats though.
Nah, whatever. I could just follow Terry's lead on the beats.
Still be able to hear him like down there. We'll try to make this quick. Tell the people what we're doing.
So I'll get my hair lined up.
Getting all busy.
And I say we don't make it quick. I say we you know. I don't want to have any accidents. You know what I'm saying? Let's
not rush the process.
We'll take our time.
Okay,
we'll make it nice.
Stop tilting your head.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like it's weird because my natural thing would be to tilt my head. I feel.
Let's get this pillow out of the way.
Okay. Yeah. Good call. I'm significantly less comfortable.
This is such a strange audio gag.
Yeah.
When I was a child, my mom would cut my hair to save money, and I always hated it. And I don't remember this. I was too young to retain the memory. Thankfully, I might have just blocked it out. But according to her, she used to have to tie me down to a chair with rope.
What?
In order to cut my hair as a lad. And I don't know how I feel about that.
That's insane.
That's really insane. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, you should that.
I have a wild memory. Like, it was like one of these hot ass summers in Long Beach. I was like 17, 18 maybe, and I was at the barbershop. I think it's Mr. Baker's. It's right off of PCH and Martin Luther King, where VIP Records used to be. It's like in that corner. And I'm sitting in a barber's chair and everything, and apparently I had a seizure in the middle of getting my haircut. Like, I just remember.
How old were you?
Probably like 17 or 18.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just sitting in the chair, and I just remember getting my haircut, and then next thing I know, I'm like waking up, and like the barber's like slapping my face. He's like, "You all right? Like, you good?" And I'm just like, "Oh shit."
You've got a big old jag in the side of your head from when you started seizing.
He's just like, yo, he was like, I was telling you to like stop moving. He's like, but then you started slumping down and you started like, it was wild. It was wild. And I was by myself. Like, I had caught the bus there. I would always catch the bus to the barbershop. So like, I was by myself. No one was there to like, you know, really take care of me and shit. So I was just like on my own. And, you know, got all these people looking at me and shit. It was, like, embarrassing, but then at the same time, I was, like, pretty freaked out. Still got my hair cut, though, and then I went home.
The closest, I every now and then, I'll fucking just, like, pass out somewhere. It probably maybe happens, like, once every 5 years. It'll be, like, I don't know, a blood pressure thing. So this is the closest comparison I could think of, but it's that feeling of... being in a public space and not being over control of your own body is pretty insane. Yeah. It happened to me at the gym like a year ago. It might have been like 6 months ago.
Damn, really?
Yeah, I just got out of the sauna, so I'm like all hot. I'm sure I just hadn't eaten enough that day or some shit like that.
You were dehydrated too.
Yeah, and I might have been I was probably super dehydrated as well. And cue me like collapsing in the shower, basically. I'm still conscious, but barely. I can't see anything. Like, my vision's totally black. So I'm like...
You're still aware?
Yeah, I'm conscious, but, like, not visually. And I'm able to, like, balance myself, but not stand up. I'm just sort of in a hunched position on the ground of the shower. And then eventually I'm like, I can't just stay in the shower. Wrong. I should have stayed in the shower. Because... where else am I going to go? I'm going out into the locker room now where there's just a bunch of dudes and I'm fucked up. So I'm like, okay, I got to go to a bathroom stall. So now I'm no longer in the clean shower. I'm in a nasty bathroom stall, like gripping the toilet, trying to not leave the planet. And yeah, it was just a rough time. And the whole time I I was positive someone was gonna be like, "Yo, bro, you all right in there?" or some shit like that. Thank God nobody said a thing. Thank God. I could have died and no one would have helped me, and that would have been my
wild,
preferable
dude.
thing.
Yeah,
Just let me
I'm
go.
like, just imagine I die at the barbershop getting a haircut. Like, just like, whoa.
Yeah, it's better than dying at the 24-hour fitness.
Like, man,
Yeah.
just dying in a public place. Like, I just, you know, I mean, people get shot and killed in public places, but just like, you just see somebody just drop dead in the freaking bathroom shower at a 24-hour, or like in a barber chair. And
then
you know,
do you remember in the movie Logan, Professor X is having his seizures? Kind of like you. You kind of remind me of a Professor X type. He's having his seizures, and Logan's the only one who can withstand them because of his regenerative powers. So he's like crawling his way through the hotel, and it's like a really cool scene, like aggressively trying to fight through the seizure. That's how I felt in that locker room, just trying to crawl into the bathroom stall so I could just have some peace and quiet and hopefully not die, and just praying to every god that is alive.
keep going that
I'm
night.
gonna do that right. Yo,
Yeah.
that's just how it is. Pray to God all night. Yeah.
I got my boy Bubba Wide, don't got the headphones on, so I'ma go ahead and keep going on this song. Let you know that I'm really right, not wrong. In this bitch like a thong.
Doing it all. Yeah, you know me. Yeah, we always ball. Got my fucking hair and it's cutting it off. Everything I do and my dick's never soft.
Never soft. I'm chilling in the loft, smoking on that good shit. Yeah, I might just cough, and I'ma let you know I'm going on, never off. And I'ma do this with my boys, and you know we going more.
I think the beat's still going, so I'ma keep on flowing. Everything I do it and I'm going. Oh my God, yo, shit is hectic. Oh, the beat faded, so I'm like, next,
Yo,
bitch.
that was dope. You really did that shit like on like beat too. Like it was crazy because like when the beat started, what you were saying was still going on the beat. And I was like, oh, this is tight.
Hell fucking yeah.
That was
bro.
perfect. That was perfect. Dope. No headphones, y'all. If y'all watching it, y'all saw that. Y'all saw that. This man's a genius. He felt that shit.
Know what I should have done? I should have gotten your mic and then just yo, Dave, spit a bar.
Right? Yeah, that would have been dope too. Cutting the hair and shit.
'Cause we could do
How's
that.
it looking, man? Well, it's looking good on my end. How's it looking over there, Dave?
It's almost done.
It's almost done.
Got a pretty solid. We're making do with what we got.
Yeah,
Right,
man.
this is unorthodox. I don't mean to bring it back to the whole Jewish thing, but this is an interesting way to have a haircut.
JT literally hit me up just now being like, yo, just checking in to see if you're okay. I heard about the shit in Israel. Well, no, I think it's affecting Palestinians too.
So can you I'm pretty like
I'm
in
not
a
sure what
box
happened.
with my life. What's going on? In
So
Israel?
I'm not 100% sure what happened either, but from what I gathered, a group of Palestinian army dudes fucking attacked some Israeli army dudes, the IDF or whatever.
When I think some innocent people in Israel were also harmed through missiles.
It was occupied Palestine that the attack happened on.
That's the beef. It's like Jews and Israelites are like mad because they're getting terrorized, but they're getting terrorized because they live on stolen land that like they literally just took like 70 years ago. So it's like there's literally Jews who live in homes that used to be resided in by Palestinians, and in that culture people live in homes for generations. Like my uncle lives in the home that my grandfather lived in, not only that, and was born in Bethlehem. So like now they're straight up just like not even natives to the land. They're like immigrant Jews that came from World War II and just now live in a land that isn't native to them. Like maybe 2,000 years ago there were Jews there, but like it isn't defined that it's the same. I should get on the mic at this point.
Yeah.
But we can hear you pretty good though, honestly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Oh, should I just sweep later?
Yeah, we'll sweep later. We don't need to do the whole process now.
But yeah, you know, that's crazy. Like I said, I'm like, you know, when people talk about a lot of shit, I'm just interested in listening. You know what I mean? Like I said, I live in I live in a box. I live in a comfort zone with my life.
It's difficult to understand this shit. The only reason I understand it is because I was raised with it, and so I like have to understand it. And I was really into it back in the day, and now I've gotten to a point where I've given up because I perceive that there's no solution. But when shit like this happens and Israeli people are hurt, obviously that's not good. But part of me feels like
talk about it.
The U.S. and Israel are really making this shit difficult and silly because by not making peace, they're risking people's safety.
Yo, peace, bring it to the Middle East, please. That would be nice. Yo, I believe one day, one day, skiddly whoa oh,
skiddly whoa oh, skiddly dee. We need peace in the Middle East. And I need to let you know that I'm walking down the street with my peace. If you want a piece of me,
bring the peace to the Middle East, specifically Tel Aviv, and also the place that's near there. Near where nobody knows because it doesn't have an actual place and it froze.
Yo, I'ma bring a big sack of weed to the Middle East, cause that's all they need. Roll a J up in the Jerusalem people and the Palestinians, they'll be okay, bro.
Yo, hold on, we got E-Dub. Hold on. Yo, E-Dub, say what up to everybody in the world. Hold on.
If he's got this USB-C,
we live
we're
and direct
good.
on the podcast.
He doesn't. It's supposed to be lightning.
Oh, is it not USB-C?
No, it's
Oh,
not.
I thought iPhones were USB-C.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. What up?
What up? Yeah, I'm out here with my boys from BAM. You know what I mean? We trying to get you on the podcast soon, my guy.
What's good, dog?
Yes. I just need to check the work schedule. I checked all the other schedules. I'm fine with that. I just need to check the work schedule. That's it.
For sure.
Terry put you on the spot right now.
It's got to be approved by his manager.
But yeah, man, we live right now. I'll hit you up after I'm done.
All right, bet.
All right. Yeah.
Hey, Satire.
What's up?
Hey, you better be ready, bro.
Ooh.
Yeah?
That sounds. I'm nervous.
Why? What's happening?
Oh shit.
Cause look. We gonna make history, bro, for real.
Oh, okay. I'm excited. Yeah, let's do that. I'm glad it's positive.
He's gonna.
I thought we were gonna box. I was like, what's happening?
I heard that shit you said, bro.
I was like, fuck, did I say something? All right, cool, man. Yeah, let's make history.
Bet. Hey, hit me up when you get out.
All right, man.
All right, buddy.
All right, peace.
It's gonna be the first double murder suicide in the history of podcasting.
I'm excited because I went to that show that Razor and Bass did, like their album release party, and Edub was there, and that's when I had first gotten the camera, so I filmed him and chopped up a little reel for him, and that's when we first communicated a few months ago.
That's cool.
And then when we ran out of guests, I was like, fuck, I should hit Edub up again. Because it seems like he's working, he's doing things. You know what I'm saying?
A lot, man.
But
And shout out to him for having me a part of his journey, like for real.
It's cool that your boss is a friend and that he has the same dream of being a successful hip hop artist, and that because of that, whenever you are like, bro, I need this day off, I have a show or something, he's always going to be like, absolutely.
He'll be able to work it out. Yeah, he's down to work shit out.
Unless he needs to be on the same show and he's like, nah, you got to cover for me.
Sorry, bro.
And what's crazy is how when I first met him and he told me he did music and everything, I take that with a grain of salt sometimes, because a lot of people, as they say, they do music, and I'm just
you think that they're just saying that to be cool, and then you listen, they have one song,
right? You know what I mean? But this dude has like a catalog, and he's got videos, and and I told him that I do my thing and shit. I'm like, I produce, I rap a little bit, whatever, and he was like, play me some shit, So I played him my stuff, and he was just like, yo, And one day he invited me to his boy Will's house out in Hollywood, and I picked him up. We drove all the way up in the fucking hills and shit. He has a fucking nice-ass house, and, he has this studio that, his garage he turned into a studio and shit. He's got, records all over the place, and, I guess his dad is, some, famous white guy.
Damn, dude.
Donald Trump.
His dad's some famous white guy, and I just see like pictures with him and like different like celebrities and shit. And I'm like,
he could just be like a lawyer or an agent or a financial guy, but because it's really funny that there can be really successful people that you've never heard of.
And he's a producer as well, and he does like acting on the side and shit for like little B-roll shit. And like,
bro, it's crazy that somebody who comes from money, as long as they don't. Because a lot of those people like end up becoming addicts because they don't know the meaning of life. But somebody who comes from money who's just slightly focused and says, "Oh, I'm just gonna do music," they can sustain themselves for fucking 10 years and get good enough, and then be like, "All right, now I'm doing this."
Yeah, man. Yeah, so
that's sick.
Shout out to E-Dub, man. I can't wait for him to.
I mean, on the main episode, we basically had a whole freestyle that was dedicated.
Yeah, you're right. At
one point,
I had to come up with enough,
which was pretty fire.
Yeah,
actually. Yo,
here's another one.
Here we go. E-Dub 2, E-Flow. I'm gassing up. No more E, yo, in the whip. And I gotta go ahead and flip my middle finger to my opponents that don't want it, yo.
E-Dub 2, eat more fruit. Yeah, you know I gotta go and move to Beirut. I'm about to fly Qatar Airlines. Yeah, I'm stay fine when I'm spitting on the hairline.
Shout out to E-Dubs, yo. We only get dubs, bro. I smoke them up. Oh, yeah, you know. When I'm with E-Dubs, no, I never get enough.
Enough, yeah, E-Tough. Yeah, already know we flexing, we buff. Yeah, we wax on and wax on like we buff cars for the fashion. You already know the passion.
Me and B-Dubs at E-Dubs. Shit, I'm at E-Dub at B-Dubs.
ABC Dubs. You can't see me, Dubs. Yo.
You can't see me enough. What? Hey.
Damn.
I don't know. I might have liked the first one a little better. At least personally.
We should.
You said some shit about We Buff, and then you switched over to waxing cars, and I was like, all right, that was hard.
Man. So, man, this is my second time on the Patreon, huh? Am I?
Is it?
I think so. Yeah. I think the last time I was here, I was on the Patreon as well. I'm glad to be here. Part 2.
It's tough doing the Patreon because you just got done with the main thing, but there is this kind of like less people are gonna hear this,
right?
So I feel like I can be myself a little bit more.
Yeah, it's a little open box.
Yeah, and like we're willing to just like shave each other's necks on the.
Oh shit! It's weed. Hell yeah! I push the button right here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Fucking Alex hits it until the light blinks.
That's how you know you're done with the hit.
No, it's not. That's literally when the battery overheats and is like, I need to stop.
Woo!
Yeah, damn. Okay.
I shouldn't have done it at such a high temp.
Yeah, you should.
Not even at its highest temp though. I can't imagine hitting it at a higher temp though.
That was nice. Thank you.
Yeah, I like that thing. The Yokan.
Y'all's about to be faded as fuck, dude.
So, question. Let's talk about this real quick.
Okay.
All right.
Worst first date experience.
First date. It would probably be some high school shit where, like, it was just awkward as hell because we're like two Christian people and like we're in a car with no chaperones and it's just like,
and the devil's there too.
I think I like you a little, and then they're like, well, I also like you, and then it's like, oh, well, maybe we should hold hands.
Actually, the first date I've been on, Alex is part of the story. Because we went to college together and this girl went to our school and we both liked this artist, or we liked one song from this artist, Modest Yahoo, which Alex referenced earlier in the episode.
He did.
And she's like this like tall Dutch white girl. Technically gorgeous, I guess. I thought she looked a little weird, which is why maybe she thought I was interesting because I maybe didn't treat her as hot as she deserved to be treated. Like I was oblivious to maybe how gorgeous she was. I was just like, yeah, this girl's.
She looked like Denise Richards.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Attractive, but also weird. She was like strange.
Oh yes.
So she was
weird.
She was like not. I don't think she was normal enough for the hot white guys. She was like, I'll settle for this.
No, dude,
all right.
a couple years later at a party,
All right,
me and
so
her had a
Okay.
little
Give me an
interaction as
example
well.
of this weird. Like I gotta.
She would just like say weird shit. She wasn't really quick socially.
I have the perfect description. Imagine a stereotype of a stoner girl, but this chick didn't smoke weed.
Oh yeah, she's just sober.
She's just so it was like this.
Huh.
Yeah, like that weird sort of
Spacey,
flowy, spacey
Dixie
shit
kinda.
where I would assume that she was a hardcore stoner, but not at all. No, she didn't smoke weed.
Wow.
Like
Yeah.
that's how I would describe it.
Wow.
It was
Like-
totally strange, and I don't know why this happened, but like I wanted to go to the show, and she was like, "Yeah, let's go." It was some college shit. Like I think in college you hang out with girls that aren't gonna fuck you, but it happens for some reason.
That's my life.
So that felt real, dude. So her, and also at the time I wasn't actively having sex. Like I had sex once,
Right.
and I wasn't a pro at the time, so I wasn't really confident I could seal the deal. And we go to this Jewish ass hip hop show. It's like hip hop reggae, and Alex is in the front over there. Him and I aren't even friends, but he's got long hair, and he's like.
I'm almost positive you hadn't had sex yet at this point.
Or maybe I hadn't had sex.
Yeah, I think
Yo, look, I'ma start it off and let you know that I wasn't fucking till I turned 18. Goddamn, I wasn't trying to fuck when I wasn't waiting. And I let her know that I wasn't gonna do it without protecting my ding ding.
low key, that's still better than me, bro. Yo, honestly, I wish that I was fucking at 18, bro. Yeah, that'd be mean, bro. Yo, yeah, I'd be in the scene, bro. I was fucking like 21 at the time that I was done, full of cum, and that was it. Yo, I wish I was young.
I think I was 19 because it was the summer after my freshman year in college, and it was the summer, and I was really fiend of the poutine, and it was really feeling pristine, and I came in like 3. Ooh.
Okay, I lost my virginity to a FRIEND, and you know that she wanted it, and I said that I'll give you D, and I let you know that we got this chemistry like a classroom.
Cause I ain't never done this before, no. I ain't never done this before.
No, I literally, okay, so this is crazy. I lied to this girl and told her that I was, what, okay, no.
Well, you
No,
basically
no.
just did the J. Cole song
No.
in real life?
No, I told her I was a virgin, okay? I told her I was a virgin. She wanted to take my virginity.
Oh, so it was a fetish for her.
But you weren't a
Like,
virgin.
I was.
Oh, okay.
I
It was a
was,
strategic
yeah.
move.
Right,
Okay,
yeah.
I see.
I told her I was a virgin. But then, and this is crazy as shit, she caught me texting my cousin that I'm like, yo, I just smashed, da 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 da. And she's like, oh, so you lied? Like, you've done this before? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she's like, I just saw your text. And I was like, nah, I was just, texting my cousin. Like, she's like, yeah, you text your cousin that you just fucked. And I'm like, yeah, I just had sex with you. I just fucked. I'm like, that doesn't mean that I've done it before.
That was a reach on her end for
Right.
sure.
But we know how women are.
But maybe she's like used to men immediately texting their homies after they're done fucking her.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's happened to her multiple times at that point.
Oh, so she thought that the text was from before.
Right.
Oh, she thought it was like an old text.
Yeah.
Oh.
'Cause she just saw, like,
I thought she witnessed your typing of
no,
it and
yeah,
stuff.
no,
I
she
see.
just saw the messages.
Well, then, yeah, no. Now I completely
And this
understand
is like
the
on
scenario.
the sidekick where there's no like timestamps, so she's just reading the
Oh, the
conversation.
sidekick. I always wanted a sidekick. I thought those were
It was
so
like
cool.
a cool ass era, dude.
It was like one, and it was like technically, wasn't it made for games or whatever initially, or no? Am I thinking of
I
a
think
different phone?
It was meant for like business like phones, and then that's when like everybody had like they were just that easy to get phone, and it was nice and it was different. It wasn't a flip phone, but it like was the screen flipped, and then you had the keyboard.
Yeah, no, the keyboards
you
were
know,
cool.
and if you were a texter, You know what I'm saying? Like, I was a pro. When I had a flip phone, I was a pro. I knew the number, like,
Yeah,
you know.
you had
I could,
attained mastery of that.
Yeah, I did it. I had a Razor phone and shit, a fucking chirp phone, like, you know.
Oh, so you had phones.
I had a few of them, you know what I mean? But then when I got my sidekick.
I'm thinking of Engage. Sorry, go on.
Oh, the Engage. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's a classic right there.
You know that like a bunch of those phone companies are out of the business now. Like LG dropped out of making phones.
Dude, what happened to BlackBerry?
BlackBerry's
They're still making phones.
No, BlackBerry's done making phones. Like
What?
They're
there's
out of the
several
game, bro.
there's several companies that are officially out of the phone game.
BlackBerry was ahead of its time. They had the little scroll ball. Like,
Bro, how
I love that fucking scroll ball, bro.
but that was the first thing to go out on the phone.
yeah,
you're
you
right.
would always
So
see
many
BlackBerries
complaints.
without that button.
Yep.
No, it's weird because there's so many things that you thought had an advantage of the times. Like you would think that BlackBerry would have seen the iPhone and just said, "All right, we're putting a fucking touchscreen on this now." But then during that time, people really wanted the keyboard.
Exactly.
So many people were like, "Oh, I want the keyboard."
Yeah.
And instead of BlackBerry shifting, they were like, "No, let's keep the keyboard for our day ones." But like now, everybody's accepted that the keyboard's a waste of your time. And
This is
energy.
gonna
So there is a final BlackBerry phone that's from 2021, I assume.
really.
It looks pretty cool. Not gonna lie.
But
Still got the
but
keyboard.
See, yeah, it has the keyboard.
The keyboard is sick.
Every phone
They
is
keep
every
keyboard
phone
and a
is-
touchscreen though. Like they
Yeah.
integrated.
Right.
But
at,
obviously it didn't work.
at the end of the day, I'm fine with using the touchscreen keyboard, so I can see why
Now,
that's
the phones
not
I don't
necessary
like
anymore.
are the ones that are like the big ass screen and you
The
can
fold? The fold's cool, dude.
It's cool, but it's like
It seems impractical.
It is impractical because
Yeah. Well,
you
for
end up
what?
you end up using the main screen a lot. But I had a fold for work, and man, that was one of the things about quitting where I was like, "Fuck, dude, I gotta give this sick ass phone back." Yo, $2,000 phone, gotta package it in my home, and then I go on my own to the post office, send that shit off. Shit, man, I'm fucking sick that I can't have it.
Honestly, David, I'm kinda pissed. Why didn't you bring that phone over? I didn't know that it existed. I wish I could have played with it. That's some cool tech, bitch. I wanted to, mess around with it, you
Sorry.
snitch.
if I had a flip phone touch screen, I let you know that I would've broke that thing, and I let you know that I close it real fast. Like I'm real mad at your ass getting fast. Like
Honestly, the foldable technology is kinda sloppy. Like that dude Joe. Yeah, I don't have it anymore. I don't have that foldable phone. I used to post it up and watch the shows and the stereos.
on
Whoa.
the stereos, the flows, the rolls.
Can you just obviously see the crease even when it's like fully?
No, because
No.
like
That's what's cool. When it's open, you don't see it.
you don't see it. Yeah, yeah.
Interesting.
And like now it's at the fold. I think it's at the Fold 4. So like they've made enough of these phones now to where they've overcome a lot of the initial kinks and issues. And if you get a case that has like a prop, like a thing to hold it up, you just straight up can be watching a big ass screen that fits in your pocket technically. So it is cool, but I think it's a useful phone for somebody who consumes a ton of content
Who's
on their
bougie
phone.
as fuck.
But it's not like like they're the same height as this. Like let's say it's the same height as this phone,
But
and
it
then
opens.
it opens, so it doubles the width at
basic,
least.
sort of.
You can't. If you were to watch a movie, you're not watching the movie bigger
No.
because
It's already
width
big.
wide, it's already as wide as it's gonna be. So it's not like you're getting a bigger screen when you're
No,
watching
you're
a
right.
movie.
But when you're playing, I think when you're playing video games, like it's cool because mobile video games on a bigger screen, it fills the whole thing.
If phone companies were smart, they would make phones specifically for mobile gaming. They could make money just for that.
I think there is a shift towards
I
stuff like
feel like the new phones
you're
are
gonna-
so good that it what do you
Like,
mean?
but
Like what is
imagine,
what does that mean?
imagine if Apple kept making the iPod.
Uh-huh.
The touchscreen iPod was like the latest model before the iPhone came
yeah.
out. But just say they kept making iPods just how they kept making iPhones. Like, people would still buy iPods. Yes, your iPhone can do the same thing, but just having something you can just play music on the go. You have your phone, with you. Like, you know what I mean? You're not necessarily using data, because iTunes and Spotify use data on your phone if you're like a data head or whatever.
Yeah, I think if
Unless you have them downloaded on Spotify.
All right, and and then just say like the Apple makes it to where your iPod is, just say you have a hotspot, you can connect your hotspot and you can still use all the other apps besides just Apple. You know what I mean? So just say if you love Spotify, you can use Spotify on your iPod. Or if you have like, SoundCloud, you want to just listen to SoundCloud.
Yeah, like you could buy iPods for kids, or like iPods for like,
you know what I mean?
It's an additional device that isn't.
Isn't that what the iPad is essentially now?
Yeah, but just like
you're right. It's just you're right. There's no point of the iPod.
The tablet is the new iPod.
But if the iPod was, I think
that's true. That's true. You just can't make calls on it. So it's just like tablets. The iPad is just a bigger iPod.
No, but straight up, if the iPad is close to your phone, it can use the data from your phone to make calls. Straight up.
Like I feel like they'll try and revert back and try to make something cool like the iPad Pocket or some shit, and it'll be a iPod. It's an iPod Touch, like that. You know what I mean?
No,
like,
I could see there being an iPod for running, but that's the thing. Like
the iPad Mini,
right? Yeah, like,
and it's just an iPod Touch,
right? Like that's like. You get what I mean,
But I thought the point was
people are dumb enough that they would fall for that. Yeah.
I thought the point was of a device that's developed enough for gaming. Like if Apple had a gaming device,
I think the only way that would make sense is if the phone itself had like analog sticks on it, like because otherwise, like the phones nowadays are super powerful.
See Apple making a gaming console,
right? But like, why wouldn't it just be in the phone? Like it's just
the Apple gaming console would be trash.
It would.
No, but it would be super intuitive and very like approachable by kids and teenagers.
It's already like very difficult to play certain games on a Mac opposed to PC. Like PC is where if you're going to be gaming, that's it. That's like PC is what God plays on, and then everyone like all of the angels are playing on PlayStation.
No,
fucking
that's
Xbox
the
and
major
bickering.
thing that Apple doesn't have is the gaming component.
Yeah.
Which,
I
but
feel like they'll stay away from it. I think they'll have their hand in something.
Well, they're gonna do exclusively like mobile integrated gaming, like this new iPhone.
Apple bought Beats, right?
Yeah.
They could do gaming headsets.
in theory, a Beats branded gaming headsets would probably sell like hotcakes.
Here's the technology is going to evolve enough to where their phones will be able to handle very high quality gaming. Like even the new iPhone 15. It comes with this really high quality thing, this chip 17 or whatever E number is inside the thing. You see me?
Yo, the iPhone 15. I heard that shit has an OLED screen.
Yeah.
Yo, that's mean. I get my glasses and I make them clean. Yo, you know me, I'm on that iPhone thing.
I got an iPhone 11. It might just ring, but it's on vibrate. I'm severing everything in the cut like I am a reverend preaching about the next iPhone thing.
How many iPhones before I go home to see my family and I don't just look at my phone? Steady staring at my wrists all night. I can't quit the shits.
iPhones. I'm on the iPhone 6, 7, 8. Yo, next thing you know, they're going to have an iPhone plate and it's going to make calls while you ate.
Ooh. I would like that.
No, yeah, but the new iPhone, when I was watching the keynote, they have this, the new chip apparently can handle like many games that would have been previously exclusively on Xbox, something like that, that are like just very high quality with a level of graphics and effects that just, I mean, I haven't used it and I don't play games on my phone, but I am attracted to the idea of playing games on my phone.
I used
because
to.
I think it's better than scrolling social media. Like if you're on Instagram or TikTok or Reddit a lot, you're probably better off playing a video game occasionally on your phone. I think it's a better use of your time. I cannot fucking scroll through some other rapper doing a thing on Instagram. It makes me want to die.
I use my phone mostly at work. When I'm not at work, I don't really. Yeah. I'm rarely on my phone, which is like
It's a lot of downtime at work.
Sometimes, but it's like in the downtime that I do have, I go on my phone. You know, like
Damn. Can you have an AirPod in?
Nah, I wish, dude. I really wish, but
If the AirPod was like so small that you couldn't see it, that's the future.
I feel like they're working on that, dude.
I want to have an earpiece in and nobody knows I got an earpiece in.
Just like tuck it, just put
But
it
people
in.
already be talking to me without the earpiece. People already be talking to me with an earpiece in, and I kind of like the earpiece. So I'm like, hey, don't talk to me. Look, I got an earpiece in.
Right.
So if you couldn't see the earpiece, but the earpiece would have to automatically go into transparency mode as soon as it detected somebody talking to you.
That's a fun idea for.
Like if I'm at the gym.
Although I don't necessarily want that.
If I'm at the gym and some old man approaches me and starts talking to me about the war, I want to be able to like all of a sudden stop what I'm doing and hear him without having to go.
Why would you want to not like? I think that the headphones exist to a certain capacity as a great like natural defense mechanism.
That's what I'm saying.
Much like a frog with a brightly colored
But
back.
that's what we're saying. If
you have the headphones in and people don't talk to you because they're like, this guy doesn't want to be talked
But
to.
I also love there's a feature on some earbuds. It's like a open ear, open audio.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying is if they make the headphones so small that you can't see them,
right,
then they stop serving that purpose that you like about them, which is that you can see them. And so like I want them to be so small that you can't see them. So
if they're so small that you can't see them, they're gonna get lost in your damn ear canal.
Or that, not even that. That if they can't see them, people are still gonna approach you thinking that you're listening to them.
So I'm okay with people approaching me as if I can listen to them.
But then you're gonna have those people like you're
if
ignoring
the headphones,
me.
if the
Why
headphones,
are you ignoring me?
If the headphones know how to automatically stop and be like you're being spoken to, I need the headphones to be intuitive enough. If people can't see them, that they.
But then this is only in the context that they're so small that people can't see them.
Or they're like they're designed perfectly for your ear.
Or just say, all right, say we have these on, and there's like a transparency mode, like they just.
Oh, they're invisible.
It looks like you don't see them, but then when someone approaches you and says something to you, they just appear.
Now that's just a real thing. Stop. Halt. Don't talk to me.
Hey, what's your? Whoa, what the fuck? And that'll stop everything right there.
Actually, you know what, bro? They're just gonna build in a fucking Bluetooth speaker in our heads.
That's probably the next step.
When they can implant technology in you, that's where I'm
gonna hold off as long as possible.
Right, but what about this? Like, don't you often have like a bad narrative going on in your head, and you like need to get yourself into a better, like you need to fix your thinking? Like I had a really bad day the other day, and it was because I was in my head for like 5 hours, and eventually I did.
It's because he had just watched that music video he showed us on the main episode.
I was gonna say, man, you gotta play some vibe music. You gotta get your head right, man. You know.
I don't know what happened, but I went to the gym in Hawthorne, and it's like the worst gym in America, and like the people there fucking are just not respectful. Like people just straight up be doing shit you shouldn't do at the gym. Walking around fucking talking to girls being like, yeah, I'm him. Like disrespecting me. Like, or I'm taking it personally. And that's what I'm saying. I wish I had a fucking chip inside of me.
Bro, work on your gym etiquette. If you're in the cut, smoking in the cut at the gym, that's not really cool, bro. You can't smoke that shit over here. You's a fool, bro.
You's a fool, bro. I'm looking too cool, bro. Swimming in the 24-hour pool, bro. You already know that I'm a school, bro.
Yeah, and the shit's so crowded.
Man.
So I'm mad at the ownership.
Shit.
Looking at the fucking salespeople like, man, you oversold the shit.
Goddamn.
If you hadn't hit your sales targets, then maybe I could be targeting my chest and triceps more focused, friend.
There's always weirdos in the tub, too. Yo, we should have something to do. Get them, like, no weirdos in
I
the
hate
tub.
when guys, I'll be at the gym and I'm like, I like doing the curl bar.
Yeah.
And I'll stand in the mirror and I'll do the curl bar, and sometimes I'll use like the 20 or 25s if they have it or whatever. And there's always that one guy that's just like waiting for you to be done, and he's just like, you know, standing there, and it's like hella awkward because I'm looking in the mirror, but I see you
That's bad
standing
gym
there,
etiquette.
just like
No, yeah. Like if it's
dude,
being
back the fuck up.
Here's the thing.
Get a different curl bar.
It's
Right.
it's his responsibility to let you do your reps, but it's also your responsibility to do your reps effectively and quickly and like in a respectful amount of time. Like if you're kicking it with the 20s for like 15, 20 minutes, I'm like, dude, like you should be able to do 3 or 4 sets with these
Right.
in 10 minutes. But people are like doing sets, looking at their phone, talking to this bitch over here, do
Yeah.
a set. Like, you're not like using the equipment respectfully, especially in LA when there's a shit ton of people. Bro, in the one on 120th by the Hawthorne Airport, literally,
Oh
there's
my
a dude fucking shirtless.
The one.
There's a
dude.
bunch of
That's
hood.
one you
The
go to?
fucking one, yes.
There's a
right
bunch-
across from Lowe's and Target.
There's a
and
bunch
shit.
of hood ass fools in there, like,
Yeah,
and you can't say
dog.
nothing to them. They're rolling 4 deep sometimes.
Yeah.
There's 4 dudes at a bench press. It's like a fucking barbershop.
Right.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
insane, dude. And I'm just
nah,
like,
it's like, yo, like,
I
what the fuck is
I
this?
get that the gym is a positive environment, but because of how crowded it is, you have to be running the shit with more of a precise intuition, and it's literally the ownership's fault.
I
Like,
hate going to the gym feeling like I have to fight somebody.
no, it's I actually have to convince myself whenever because that's. Bro, that place is 2 minutes from my crib. I can't go to a different gym. I have to go to that
Yeah,
one.
that's the one that's like right in. I'm like in between that one and the one on Slauson. You know, like
And I heard that one's better.
it is better, but it's just like the one on 120th is like right down Van Ness, and
It's
I'm like,
too
it's
close.
right there.
It's too close, and it's right. It brings in all of the shit from
Yeah.
from Central LA, South Central. It's just-
Hawthorne,
yeah, bro.
dude.
It's like it's in the shitter.
Yeah, I
and
hate it.
the whole time I'm there, like, and also, bro, I've done this where I wake up at fucking 4 a.m. I'm like, I'm gonna go to the gym as soon as it opens.
Yeah.
I get there, still pretty packed.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
what the fuck is happening? And I think it's this. A lot of people who work the night shift, people who got funky schedules, the
A
airport's
lot of
right-
people work the night shift out in those parts of
Yeah,
town.
that's
people
facts.
people coming in from the airport who just are from out of town, but they're coming to use the gym because they got the nationwide membership.
Yeah.
That's what it is that gym just gets a bunch of randos. And I guarantee, I went to the gym, the 24-hour fitness in Denver when I was there a couple weeks ago. So empty, dude. I felt like I ran that gym. I was Arnold, bro.
I remember going to the there's a 24-hour in Torrance, and it's pretty big. It's pretty big,
But it's packed.
It was packed, but there are certain areas of the gym where it was just like nice and you could work out comfortably. You know what I
Dude,
mean?
that one's
Like,
nice, but like I think that one, dude, I went to that one on like a Thursday at around noon, which I think noon is kind of late. But you should be able to go to a gym on a weekday at noon.
Yeah.
Like, how many people don't work
Yeah.
a normal job?
Right.
So I got there, bro, slammed.
Yeah, dude.
Like, each machine had several people at it. I couldn't resourcefully invent the workout. And they were interviewing a bunch of people. Like, it was like open interviews. They had like fucking 7 people sitting over here with button-ups on about to interview to work at the 24-hour fitness. And I was just
That's
like,
crazy as fuck. Dude.
why is this gym so popping? And I think it's just the Southern California culture of working out is a thing.
Yeah,
like, it's
dude.
not like
It's
that. in
annoying, and
No,
it's like working out is it's a lifestyle and shit. And I understand there's people that care about their health and they want to be healthy. They care about their bodies and shit. I don't care.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I work out when I want to, when I feel like it and shit. I got the gym membership just so I could, go play basketball, and
Right, but
stuff,
like
shoot around.
most of the time in Hawthorne, that court's fucking got
Yeah, I
people.
don't hoop at that one. I usually go to the one in Torrance to play basketball,
Yeah.
because their court is better.
I like
But
the one down in Los Altos.
Working out at 24-hour fitness, yeah. I'm about to spit 4 bars, I'ma get this, yeah. I got a couple racks like a bench press, yeah. I'm about to get this, yeah. I'm flex, yes.
Yeah, you know me, every day I'm steady getting chips. Working out at the 24-hour fitness. One day, hopefully, I'ma be at the Equinox in Culver City. That's a place that you are not.
I'ma spit for Bubba, why? Cause my guy just showed up and he still looking so fly. Fresh cut from the beginning of the episode. Yeah, we go boom, and more hoes, yeah,
I got mo hoes and eating fro-yo because my haircut is so dope from the bro. Oh my god, it is so cold like the fro-yo that I just finished with your hoe.
Eating froyo with your hoe, feeling super dope. Cause I just got the cut from the bro.
bro. Yeah, I do my own haircuts and do my own hair and shit because it's so expensive. Last time I went to the barbershop, they wanted $45.
No, yeah.
I was like, dude, my cut is so simple. What is
like
40?
it's just the side, right?
Yeah, the sides and the back, and I'm just like, I can just do this shit myself. I literally
No, bro, and then you got to tip that fool like $15.
right,
Yeah.
you know. And then you want to tip, so I'm just gonna give you like what $60, and
But
I'm good, dude.
think about it, dude. It's like the real estate cost for a barbershop is stupid.
It is
Like, how much how many haircuts do you have to do to make up $400 in rent?
If I didn't have David around, I would just literally shave my head and just I'd pick a height for the blade, and then I would just do that once a month, and then that would like be my life.
Yeah.
I like my head shaved low, like really shaved.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like I got the clippers, I'll buzz it all the way down.
And how do you do the back?
And then I usually have my brother help me if
Okay,
he's
you
there.
got somebody help.
But I have a
Shout out
trick.
Razor.
I have a trick where I'll find the base of my locks.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I just put my finger there, and then I'll just like shave until I feel my finger, and I'll just get the.
So you make it work that way.
Yeah, you know, and then
You
I
need
get the
one of these,
razor.
or-
Yeah, fuck yeah, shit. And then I'm gonna go get some fucking food and go home and play some fucking Cyberpunk, yo.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. So they
Yeah.
fixed the game, right?
Yes, it's amazing, dude.
I've
It's
I've
fucking
heard that the game was
amazing.
already actually pretty good on PC.
It's great, bro. On
Like before they fixed it, because it was like the main
it
issues
was
were on
very
console,
buggy.
right?
Yeah, it was very buggy on console. But I picked it up after they fixed all the bugs, like because the game had been out for like 6-7 years already. I
He
believe.
cheered twice.
I forgot about the first cheer.
But
I think it's only been out for 3 years, bro.
probably,
Yeah.
I think it was like what 2015, 2016.
No, dude, it was like 2020, dog,
Google
or
it.
2021.
No, Google it, please.
I swear to God, it just came out. Cyberpunk
20
release.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's like December 10th, 2020.
Oh,
so
okay.
basically 2021.
2021. Why did I feel like it came out? a
How do
long
you
time
how do you
ago?
play this game? Like on what?
It's just like
platform?
Grand Theft Auto, but in the future.
Oh,
Yes,
Really?
That's and I tell that to everybody.
Yeah.
Is it by
I'm like,
is it by
it's-
Rockstar too?
Yes, and the new, it's got Keanu Reeves, and the new one has Idris Elba.
And I love Keanu Reeves' character.
I don't know
really
any.
do.
No spoilers, please, because
Okay, I'm
I do
sorry.
really want it. But no, but you can just talk about it without the spoilers.
Yeah.
Damn, maybe I should get that game.
Honestly, I put it like this. I'm not sure. I'm sure they'll have it like for like a deal. They'll probably give you like 10% off of it because it's like a $60 game if you buy it online. I buy
Well,
most of my games online.
I might just get the one that came out in 2020 because
Yeah.
the new one's an expansion or whatever.
Right, it's
so-
an expansion pack.
And yeah, so they're trying to recoup
That's it.
some of their loss
Yeah.
with this expansion pack as kind of a re-release.
Right.
So they're selling the new one with the old one included for like the cost of a full
game.
like
Yeah.
high level game.
But I would recommend playing it first if you haven't played it and see, if you're down to buy the expansion pack, you know what I mean? But
That's usually how
I
I go
love
with
how it gives you there's multiple choice throughout the game,
That's fun.
So you get to pick how the game ends basically and stuff.
Choose your own adventure shit.
Yeah,
I'm into
and
that.
it's a hardcore fucking character customization.
No,
dog.
I mean you can like make your dick bigger and shit.
Yeah,
in the game
dog,
and
this
stuff.
shit's
It's ridiculous.
wild, bro. Like it's really like they have it to where your character can basically be like look like a full on robot and have like all these like wires
Like a
going there.
cyborg?
Yeah, or you could just basically be a human living in the future and shit, and you could
Damn.
customize your fucking dick. And,
Should we rip off Cyberpunk for the cover art?
Ooh.
Hey, I'm
well,
down
we
for
never
that.
actually talk about it in the main episode, but we could.
I guess, yeah, right.
What else do we talk
It'll-
about?
it'll, you
we
know.
need help coming up with the cover art, Terry, and then we can wrap it up. How many beats are left? Are we done with beats?
We got one more.
Okay.
Oh,
One more.
that might actually be the outro music.
Okay.
We might
Okay.
be done with the beats.
Okay, yeah.
But
What else did we talk about?
I mean, let's see. We talked about that fat rapper.
We talked about Drew Barrymore. We talked about Bill Maher.
any L's this week?
The Palestine Israel conflict.
That would be a
talked about a lot.
tough one.
Yeah,
We talked about Halloween.
yeah, we did talk about Halloween. Yeah, we
That's
talked about
true.
that.
That's true.
We talked about the most recent Batman.
Yeah, we talked about
And maybe one of us is Penguin, and like
We
you're
talked-
Robert
yeah.
Pattinson.
We
and
talked
he's
about Lord of the
Catwoman.
Rings too. We talked about Lord
Oh,
of the
yeah, we
Rings.
talked about Lord of the
that'd
Rings.
be a fun one.
No,
as
I think
well.
we we did a Lord of the Rings a while back.
We've done a
I
Batman
think
one
so,
too,
yeah.
though. As
We
well.
did a Batman
yeah,
one?
you guys
Oh,
did
yeah,
do a
we did a
Batman
Batman
one. Yeah. Fuck,
We've
what
done
else
them all,
are we talking
man.
about? Shit, we could go with the Cyberpunk.
Yeah, like I am
Cyberpunk's a
down
good
to do
option.
some
that'll
cyberpunk
be
shit.
cool with the Patreon, that'll like gas it up,
All right.
And we could be called Dome 2077. You know what I mean? And
That'll
that's
be fire.
in the cyberpunk font.
I don't know what the cover looks like, so I'm not
Well,
sure.
you just got to get the font, and then we'll just be doing some cyberpunk shit. I
Yeah.
don't think it needs to be a parody of the cover or
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
I think if it just says
Something-
Dome 2077, they'll get it.
and then like it just looks like some futuristic shit's going on,
All right, yeah, that sounds good to me.
Might be a pretty involved draw, though. I don't.
I know. Well, I reserve the right to come up with another idea.
Yes.
Any
I agree.
any W's or L's this week?
I'm trying to think.
I mean, I got to renew my
Big or small,
vehicle
you
my vehicle registration has been expired for a long time, and I have to renew that. But I have to get a smog test, and I have to get a smog test done legally because my catalytic converter works, and
Oh,
I'm going
shit.
to go to a reputable place where they do these legal smog tests because my catalytic converter is perfectly functional, and then I'll be able to.
W.
Yeah, well, no, because it costs a lot more because of how legal it is.
Got it. Yeah.
Which makes a lot of fucking sense.
Yeah.
I totally understand that. So that's an L.
That's kind of an L. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's funny
Shit.
is that the more you avoid it, you the more anxious you are about the risk that you're accruing.
Right. I am like. Apparently, cops aren't pulling over people for
I'm-
expired registration.
No, yeah.
I
They're
read
not,
that.
but I'm riding dirty too.
Yeah. Mine still says 2022 on
Mine's
it
as well.
Once it goes to 2024 and it's 2 years expired, obviously, I
Yeah.
guarantee you I'm getting pulled over for that shit.
Yeah.
So like,
Dude,
yeah,
the whole time
that out.
the whole time we've been in LA, I haven't gotten pulled over once, and it's been like 5 years.
Yeah, I've been riding dirty for a minute, and I get letters in the mail and shit. But
Oh,
I'm like,
start getting letters.
like just like subtle letters. They're not like threatening letters. They're just more like reminders. Like, hey,
Yeah.
this is what could happen if
If we see your car and we might tow it.
Right, yeah,
we might
you
fuck
know.
you in the ass and
Which,
tow your
like,
shit.
if
we
a
see
if a cop does see a car parked with expired tags, they have every right to like call it tow.
No, yeah, it's just they have bigger
You know
fish
what
to
I mean?
fry.
Right, and that's the thing. And it's
And by
like,
fish, I mean the Mexicans.
and I.
Sorry.
Okay.
It's the
That doesn't even make
Patreon.
any sense.
Hey, my brown people will rise.
Well,
What's Mexican for fish?
pescado
All right, there we go.
Hey, okay.
or pez.
I just wanted to educate the
That's his
people.
left carne
you know?
asada.
Right, I can make that joke because I speak Spanish.
No, dude. No. It's just like the fat thing. You can make the fat joke because you're fat.
It's a
Is that
big
what
deal.
it is?
I think all people can make all jokes,
No, you're right. I agree
just
with
have
that.
to have a
but
sense
people
of
just
humor,
might not
people.
listen to your podcast
What were we just talking about?
about riding dirty.
Oh, yeah.
Riding dirty.
I'm very anxious about it, but I'm also like ashamed, kind of.
Yeah.
Like it shouldn't be this difficult to maintain your registration and stay up to date and shit like that. And
But the idea of it sucks. Every time
Well,
I think
it's
about
bullshit.
it,
It's some
truly
capitalistic government
bullshit.
asshole.
It's
Yeah.
like I have to validate the fact that I'm driving this car every year.
Yeah.
I have to let you guys know, hey,
But-
I still have this car.
But if you do it, if you do it early, it's
still
easier.
mine.
Like if you do it early, it's easier because I've been doing it
No,
online.
why do I have
Yeah.
to remind the government that something I paid for?
Right, but they send you a thing. They're like, "Yo, this is coming up." I did mine like a month early this year. I just went online, paid $120, and I was like, "All right, it's done now." And then it came in the mail. Like I didn't really have to do anything. And the year before, I just had to go get the smog check legally as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to AAA, showed them the smog check. They update it, and then go
Right,
online,
yeah.
and you're done.
It's kind of like doing your taxes. The earlier, the better. Just do the
Taxes,
shit.
I hate, but
Oh,
I
but
understand.
taxes
I hate
if you owe
but
money.
I understand it. You know what I mean? I owed this past, tax year or whatever. I only owed like $37. But
I heard if you owed, you're doing something wrong.
that's what I heard too. But I'm like, what the fuck did I do wrong for $37?
You gotta-
Well, I mean, I think that it
Did I not
applies
tip
more to
somebody?
people who are 1098'd as opposed to the W-2s.
Yeah.
If you owe something and you're W-2'd, then yeah, you
think
did
mine's
something
about-
wrong. That's a little weird.
It's like 10. Mine's a 1080 or something.
I think
Well, no,
you,
like-
you have a regular job, like it's a W-2.
Yeah. If you have an employer, then you probably have a W-2. But like if you're an independent contractor, you
It's
get
a 1099.
and then you have to like fucking pay taxes, and it's
Yeah.
bullshit. That's what I had to
Unless
do
you-
when I was on DoorDash.
Unless you got crazy write-off shit that you come up with, like you have to be like, oh, I bought this car to work.
What's scary is like about taxes is like all these people are like opening businesses and like
Yeah.
not realizing like business taxes are like
Well, no,
a
I think-
real thing.
I think people open businesses to just like make shit up and
Oh yeah,
say
of
that
course.
stuff is write-offs.
Working at a bank, I get all these fucking fraudulent ass businesses all the time.
Isn't
like,
it crazy? And then they're like, oh, that account got closed, but it's linked to my business credit, so it
Right.
doesn't hurt me.
Yeah, no, like your whole life is in shambles now. Like this shit.
That's there's quite a so I watch a lot of body camera videos on YouTube, and there's a whole
Dope.
wealth of bank fraud body camera videos, and it's always great because the teller knows that the person, like they've gotten tipped off from like the previous bank that they tried to hit or whatever the fuck.
They always make calls or they send an email.
And the tellers are kind of a badass because they're like, they try and like keep the people there while they're calling, like they have someone call the police, be like, yo, this fraudster's here. And the teller has to pretend like they're still going to go through with the transaction or whatever.
Yeah. They're like, oh, I'm just pulling up the system right now.
It's like all of a
Yeah.
sudden the teller is a cop.
He's undercover.
Yeah, I've had
Yeah.
those moments, yo, where I'm like, especially when what I'll do is like, if you're a person that's coming to cash a check, you don't have a bank account with us. People come with these like U.S.
Terry works
bank
at a
checks
bank.
and shit.
Just to clear that out. I don't
I
think we
work at a
established
bank,
that.
Yeah, I work at a bank, guys. And so these people come in with these, fake checks written out for like $900, something slight, maybe $1,000, but like,
It's never 20 grand.
it's never nothing crazy. And they'll be like, hey, I just want to cash my check. And I'm like, okay, let me get your ID and everything. I get their ID. First thing I do is look up their information in the system. If they don't have a profile, I'm just like, all right, now I got to check and see where the check is from. Usually when I check these checks, the account is either closed or it has a negative balance in it and shit.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I can't even cash this.
And okay, I imagine there must be some negative backlash from the consumer at
Oh,
that
yeah.
point.
Oh, yeah,
like
of
what?
course. Like-
how do you deal with that? Like, give us an example. What was the one that that really sticks out? Any traumatizing experiences?
Not necessarily traumatizing, but like, okay, so this lady comes with a $1,200 check. She says it's from her employer.
In the body camera videos, a lot of it is women doing
Yeah.
it. It's crazy.
She comes with a $1,200 check. It's written
Most
on a
of it.
U.S. bank check, and it just says cash, and it has like a company name and business on it and everything. So it looks like a legit check, She gives me her ID. So, but this is where the fucked up thing is, because it's like, if you're smart enough to do this, you wouldn't actually give up your actual ID.
Right? You would have a fake ID.
Get a fake ID made, you know what I mean? Which I've come across plenty of times, and it's like whoever made this ID is they didn't do a good job.
Right, but if it's a high quality fake ID with a high quality check, then
Right.
you're like, oh shit.
Okay, then like
Like if it costs $200 to make the fake ID and it costs $100 to make the check, and then you get $1,200, a smart person would be like, oh, it's a good investment, rather
Right.
than go be all cheap about it.
exactly. Like, let me get this ID made. I'm gonna go cash this check. I'll give you your bread. I got mine. We're all good. You know what I mean? So I get these checks. This lady comes in, get $1,200 check, gives me her ID, and I run her up in the system. She has a profile, so I'm just like, oh, she's cashed a check with us before. Cool, Still check the check because like the writing looks like it was washed a little bit. Like it might have like she wrote.
So you're trained to know these.
Yeah,
you
like-
can look out for this shit.
Yeah, like I've over the times that I've been working there, like I've just been able to keep an eye out on certain shit, So I'm like looking at the writing, it looks a little like funky, like it was like washed a little bit, maybe like smudged, And so I'm checking the check in the system. The account has money in it. So I'm just like, and she said it was from her employer. So I'm like, okay, the account has a great amount in there, so I'm able to cash the check. So I go through the process of cashing the check and everything.
You're still suspicious. Though.
I'm still, there's still
And
red flags.
But is this just because of the lettering?
Yeah, it's just mainly like how the check looks.
She's still. You're not like her. She's acting well. Like she's not.
Like
she's,
we're having a conversation and everything.
She's not necessarily suspicious of
right?
the check.
But one thing people do and this is what gives them up when they're too talkative. When you're too talkative, then I'm like. Yeah,
So
you're trying to.
They're asking you about yourself.
Yeah, how's your day going?
They're bringing up
A
promotional.
little too casual.
Just a little too nice.
Trying to be inconspicuous, obviously.
Right, you're either too talkative or they're like they're on their phone a lot.
Yeah, because they're communicating with the guy outside that's paying them to come inside.
Right, you know what I mean? Like, hey, go in here, cash this check, and but it's just like.
This dude's taking a while, baby.
Right, yeah. So I'm going through the process. I get to the end stage of I'm about to give her the money. But before that screen pops up, a freaking pop-up comes up and it says, do not cash checks on this account. Like, it's like an alert. So I'm just like
the system flagged it for fraud.
Yeah. So I was just like, oh, okay. So I just told her, and it's like, we can't tell the person why we can't cash it. All I can do, and I do this all the time, I just say, hey, whoever wrote this check for you, whoever gave it to you, give it back to them and tell them that it's not good. And they'll be able to tell you why. You know what I mean? And so when she was like, well, what's wrong with it? And I was just like, I can't tell you what's going on because it's not your account, but just tell the person that gave you the check that it's not good. Like, I can't cash it. She's like, but I've cashed these checks all the time. I understand that. Maybe there's something going on. Like, they should be able to tell you. Like, maybe they forgot to tell you, hey, I can't cash. I should have wrote you a check on another account. But, here. And so underneath that banner, it had her name under it, and it was just like, please look out for this person.
Okay.
And so, like, by policy, I can't give her back her ID.
Whoa.
Right.
This is about to get a little hectic.
Right. Which, like, I hate about my fucking job so fucking much, dog. Because I'm like, that really puts you on the fucking spot. And it's like, yo, like, I can't.
Like, legally, you have to keep the ID?
Right. Yeah. I have to keep it. And, like, they put it in the system. Thank you, bro. I have to put it in the system, and I have to, like, record everything, like, sending it to our fucking back office in fucking Minnesota and shit. So I'm just like, all right, here we go. And she's like, well, just give my ID. I'm going to go. All right. I can't give you back your ID. And that's when she's a black woman. She's a black woman. She erupted.
Fucking
we're in the middle of Vaughn's in Inglewood.
Yeah.
She caused a scene.
I know exactly which one.
I assumed it was a white woman. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, side note, did he ever tell you like we ran into each other at the store?
What, at the bank, right?
Yeah. That shit was so crazy. I was just like, yo, what the fuck?
It's funny because I never go to that one, but it's literally like 5 minutes from my crib. I was stopping on the way home.
Did she have some insults for you, or like what was the?
You're behind the glass though, right?
Yeah, I'm behind the
There's glass.
He's behind the glass.
But
Was there some banging?
No, a lot of cussing.
There's security there, right?
But it's not for us.
So if security sees shit happen, they're not supposed to do nothing?
Yeah, they're just like, I mean, they can escort her
That's
out.
a weird relationship with the establishment.
That is so bizarre what security is.
Why wouldn't the
allowed to do.
bank that has the money not be secured?
Because it would come from E-Dub's pocket. He would have to pay for the security. Like, it doesn't come from the company.
What, does E-Dub own the bank?
No, but like...
That's weird.
He's a branch
It's in the
manager.
bank's best interest to protect their fucking customers' money, right?
So the branch manager straight up has to pay out of his own salary for the security?
Exactly. Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. How is a person going to pay another salary out of their own
So
salary?
that's bullshit. It's almost like he's like a franchiser at a fucking McDonald's.
Yeah, it's wild. But she went crazy. Angry black woman, you can picture it. And I just had to do my job. And sometimes doing your job sucks.
Actually, being behind the glass must feel incredible.
You were
at that point.
basically like a fucking like law enforcement officer just there. Like you're in NYPD Blue in that scene. Like, sorry, bitch, you're going down.
Yeah.
I got your ID. You ain't getting shit.
Here's another.
She could have left though, right, without the ID and
She
been.
could've just, you know,
I mean,
if
they
she-
would probably would have found her eventually,
Yeah.
but
here's another funny one. All right, this guy comes in.
oh,
I don't want to say.
sorry, I don't mean to, but
Like-
did the cop show up and arrest her?
No, she just left.
She just left without
But
Right.
now the
Okay.
cops
Okay.
have her information, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Her information's in the system and all that stuff. So like, who
They
knows
might
if she
arrest
got-
her,
I
they
haven't
might
seen
not,
her
whatever.
since then. Honestly.
Okay, yeah, I was just curious,
But-
but yeah, next dude.
Another guy. This guy comes in, and I don't want to assume anybody's living situation, but the guy was
looked
pretty
homeless?
dirty. He looked homeless, but I have customers that just live a hard life, but
Sure.
I know they have somewhere to go.
Yeah.
But this guy comes in literally with a. Let me see. This was in August, so that's what August is the 8th month. So 8, on the check it said 3/5/2023.
And he turned the 3 into an 8.
Like he tried, and I could tell because everything on the check was in blue, and that part was in black.
You couldn't even get a blue pen to fix
And it just said cash on it. You know what I mean? Some people write, it'll say cash because, just cash the check or whatever. But I'm looking at it and it's dirty as shit. The check is dirty as shit. And I'm looking at it and I'm just like, okay. He's like, I want to cash it. He gives me the ID, right? Check this out. Gives me the ID. It's not even him.
Oh, so he doesn't care. He stole the wallet.
He's
with
like
the-
high or something, right? Or like
he comes like I said, I don't want to like put anything on anybody. Like came in like a regular guy. Just came in. He was just like, hey, I want to cash this. Gives me the check and the ID. And I look at the check and then I'm just like, what the fuck? I look at the ID and I'm like, I just straight up told him, I'm like, dude, I'm not cashing this for you. I'm not cashing
and I bet
this.
he immediately was like, "Yeah, you're right." and
Right?
left.
Yeah,
of
yes,
course.
yes. He was like, all right, and just
Yeah,
walks off.
Of
bro.
course,
I was like-
that he's not a professional fraudster like the other lady.
And my coworker, he's like an older guy. He just came in. He was like on the mortgage side of banking or whatever. So he's just getting used to like the inside bank stuff or whatever. So he was there. He was shadowing me and stuff. And he was like, dude, what happened? I was like, you saw that guy, right? And I was like, he's a dark-skinned guy, dark-skinned black guy or whatever. I'm like, look at the ID. This dude's like my complexion, bro. I'm like,
This
really?
is a different man completely.
Yeah, I'm like, this is a totally different guy. And he really was like, I want to cash this check.
Damn, that's so funny.
So casually.
You know, you miss 100% of the shots.
Right?
You take.
No, this dude was hanging out with a couple dudes, and he was like, "Fuck it, what am I gonna lose? I already don't have the money.
Right. He was like, maybe he's like, fuck it. I'll
Yeah.
cash it.
Maybe I'll catch a bank teller on a bad day, and they'll be like, whatever."
Yeah, I probably would have cashed that shit.
Could you
I
cash
don't know
it?
shit.
Could you cash it if you wanted to?
If I really wanted to, I could.
But like a lot of the accounts are closed or like shit like that, right?
Yeah, but like I can check what I'm supposed to do if it's a non-customer. You don't have an account with us. I have to look up the check's account number and see what, like, where it's coming from. And
Has
if
there
it has-
has there ever been an internal situation at your bank where maybe like one of the tellers was involved, like helping someone else out with some
Oh yeah,
shit?
there's been plenty of those.
Oh, yeah,
And what's crazy is recent. Somebody was in our main office. Like it seemed suspicious. It's not confirmed, but it just seems suspicious. Like somebody in our back office let this shit slide when realistically they never let shit slide.
Yeah, no,
It's
that
crazy.
that happens at Verizon all the time. Like people higher ups or like people who have access to hardware, they'll be in with somebody who does like business fraud, and then they'll open accounts and take like 7, 8, 9, 10. Like there's stories of people taking 20, 30 devices, like $1,400 devices. Like that's a straight up heist.
Yeah. It's like $20,000 worth of
Yeah. Well, and not
shit.
only that, like the hardware is more valuable overseas. Like for some reason, iPhones are more valuable in like Dubai and in China.
Yeah.
So if they gotta connect in like Nigeria or one of these countries, they ship that shit out.
You be fucking watching YouTube videos and shit.
Hell yeah.
There's
I live on.
Do you know the
YouTube.
channel?
I pay for YouTube.
Oh well,
Me too,
if-
dog.
Yeah, I mean
Yes.
you kind of have to with your with
fucking-
the Apple devices.
I fucking live on it, bro. Like
The ads
there's-
aren't worth
do,
it.
do you know the channel Let Me Know?
Yes.
They have a great expose on iPhone trafficking that is just baffling about how like you'll just be at a music festival and your iPhone goes missing, and then you open up the Find My iPhone on your desktop and it's in fucking Bangladesh,
Right?
And you're like, how the hell did that shit happen?
Exactly. Yeah, dude. It's wild as fuck. There's a lot of shit going. It's a lot of small weird shit going on in the world.
It's just crazy to me that my iPhone can get stolen and that it still has value to somebody, even though it's locked to the fuck
For some
up.
reason, they're like way more expensive overseas.
Yeah.
That apparently that's the draw, according to the documentary.
Right, but this shit is hella locked. Like, how are they getting in there?
They have.
Dude, I could
overseas.
I could watch a YouTube video and unlock your shit tonight.
No.
Yeah, absolutely, I could.
I jailbroke my first iPhone.
Yeah.
I had an iPhone 4.
But like, if I already got like my
How
face,
are you? This guy used to work for Verizon. You should know this shit.
But if
it's
I already
so
got
easy.
if I already got my face and a code on here, like, how do you unlock that?
There's ways to bypass.
Now, now that like the initial opening, I'm not too sure about, because I remember like there was some terrorist, they confiscated his iPhone and they had to like subpoena Apple in order to unlock his phone, and Apple like didn't really want to do it. They were like,
because
this is a violation of his.
Because even a terrorist deserves he has a
secure
confidential
device.
Yeah, no, it's true. Like, people would come
I
into
have
the
to
store.
use this phone as a bum.
People would come.
Come
into
on, man.
People would come into the store all the time.
I think we need to end the episode.
Okay, yeah, I'm cool with
I'm
that.
sorry. I'm sorry.
No, what were you saying?
People will come into the store all the time with phones that they got locked out of because they forgot the code, and I'd be like, sorry, this is a dud now, and they would have to like, if it's a, for example,
if you can't remember it, it erases the whole phone.
exactly.
Exactly.
So like, and not only that, once you try to reset the phone gets completely erased. Then once you try to re-access it, it requires the login from the previous account. That would like, that phone completely goes into like dud land. So unless it's like they open the phone and install new memory in it or something, there must be something where they tamper with the hardware, because otherwise I don't understand how they do it.
YouTube. YouTube is a thing,
I guess,
bro.
maybe.
You know. But I mean, like I said,
It's not easy. It's
not easy.
I don't
It's
think it's
tedious.
easy. I don't think it's easy because I've seen tens of people.
You know what it is? It's probably the same thing about the new Switch. It has this like chip that's welded onto it that prevents it from being unlocked. And I bet like the iPhone has a similar sort of mechanic where it's actual hardware that's in the phone that, if you were to open the phone up and you're a skilled, solder dude, you could get that chip off, because that's how they unlock the new Switch OLEDs. You used to be able to just plug the Nintendo Switches into your fucking desktop and do some shit, and then you could put any game you ever wanted on your Switch because it'd be unlocked. But the new OLED ones, they have this anti-piracy
It's more
device.
secure, yeah.
But you can still hack them, but you literally have to remove a piece of the hardware. And I wonder if the iPhone is the same way. I wouldn't be surprised.
Shit, excuse me.
No, tampering with hardware on phones that aren't like this phone, you have to like do some crazy shit to open it. Like, the screws aren't obvious. Like, I think you have to. I think you have to take the screen off or some shit.
Yeah,
to like,
There's tools that were invented for phone,
and you can get them on Amazon.
Yeah, you're right. You could just shove it in there, click the back of the shit off.
I guess that is kind of a cool thing to get into, like learning how to get into phones.
I really wanted
watched
to
those videos, like how people just like get shit and they take it apart and then they put it together again.
That's
like,
super interesting. I got to piss.
I recently was fantasizing about hacking a Lime scooter, because there's a bunch of videos on YouTube about there's one lying outside your apartment complex. You can bring that shit up to your fucking apartment, unscrew the main display thing, unscrew the battery. There's a part in it that is like a GPS tracker. You got to remove that. Get that the fuck off. You have to replace the whole display thing. You have to order this special display from China. It might take a couple weeks to get to your shit, but it's like you get it and
so do that first.
Yeah, probably before you accure the Lime. But I wouldn't be surprised if the people that are making Lime are watching these videos and figuring out ways to.
That's what's crazy about social media in general, and like people posting shit, because it's like people are posting these hacks and these like things that are like bypass shit. But you would think like somebody working for these companies is like, hey, look at what they're doing.
A big one for me was when, like, back in like 2019, everyone was joking about how they were stealing at self-checkout, and I was like, yo, just cut that shit out. I'm trying to keep that a thing. Why are we talking about this on the internet?
Yeah.
And now there's way more strict security at self-checkout. I mean, I can still get away with
I
some
saw this
pretty
video
banging shit.
About how Walmart has facial recognition cameras and shit.
I watched that same
and
video.
it's like they check like right when you walk in that bitch, like they're scanning your face to make sure you're not in their like band database.
This man weighs this amount of weight and he has no items on him. And then when he leaves, it's like, this man paid for these items and he's for some reason 40 pounds heavier. What are those items?
Right? Like,
we
what
don't
the
know.
fuck? Like, it's like, dude, you go to self-checkout and they're scanning your face and shit. They're making sure you're scanning all your items.
Hey, if you don't want me to steal, hire somebody to scan my shit.
That's big.
If,
And
like,
also
if-
make shit cheaper.
Why do grocery stores and all these retail places have freaking 9 check stands and only 4 of them are open? It's like you can't.
Yeah, because-
Sometimes the self-checkout is closed.
right, and which is ridiculous.
That's insane to me.
It's like, why? I only have 3 things. I can go over here and do my. Wait, I can't now. The fucking line is long. I don't want to wait in line.
No,
I
yeah,
can
and
just
it-
go
it,
scan
like,
this shit myself.
It costs more money to pay somebody to scan shit, but at the end of the day, it actually costs more money to have a self-checkout because of how much people steal.
Yeah, and then on top of the maintenance, because there's sometimes I go and there's sometimes out of order or not in service.
There's
and
this
I'm like,
one's Ralph. There's a Ralph in Signal Hill that has 2 self-checkout sections. One of them I've literally never seen open. And I don't think it will ever be open. Essentially, that's like 6 fully functional computers just aging
Yeah.
that aren't doing shit.
It's probably because they can't manage the traffic well if those are open. Like,
Right.
because I've seen a lot of places where they close an entrance so that they can keep an eye on you. You're coming in and out of the same
It might
place.
be. It
Yeah.
might be a remnant of the COVID bullshit because
Oh.
that was when they started doing that. Really, I don't think they were really regulating traffic before COVID.
Yeah.
And they might have just realized that was the better way to do it.
Yeah,
is
they're
that
like, oh, people
store,
steal my stuff.
Fresh and Easy still around?
I swear, I've seen some Fresh and Easies around. I'm
So I
almost
remember there
positive.
was one in Signal Hill, like right there off of Cherry and shit. And that was the first store I remember. That was like the first store I remember self-checkout being at. I was like, whoa, this is new. Because like they didn't have checkers. It was just all self-scan. It was like-
Yeah. And
it
they
was
just
like-
were like, yeah, do your thing.
Yeah, they were like, this is how, we do shit here. And it was just like, we don't check you out. You do it yourself. And it was just like, whoa. It was like a cool store, but their prices were like crazy.
Yeah.
But like,
Well, it's almost like a Whole Foods, isn't it, or something like that?
something like that, yeah. But they had name brand shit. It was just like more expensive than going to like, Food for Less or some shit.
I've actually heard that Whole Foods is trying to do a thing where like every single item that they shelve is tracked, and like each thing has a place in the shelving exactly. So anytime an item and a piece of inventory is moved, it's accounted for.
Oh,
And
yeah.
like they're doing something like that.
I
where,
saw
like,
a video on that, bro.
like you pull up, they scan, they know you're there because of your phone or your membership.
yeah.
And then every item that you touch is linked to your phone, so you
Yeah.
can't just grab random shit. Like
Yeah.
everything is being tracked.
So it was like, and what I saw was like, before you go in the store, you basically go on your phone and pick what you're gonna get. So that way, when you go and get it, your phone already registers it, and then like you kind of like just like I guess scan your phone and everything pops up and you pay for it. I guess you pay for it on your phone or you can pay right there. You
No,
know what
I
mean?
think the days are numbered in regards to grocery theft, but it's going to take a little bit of time for grocery stores to catch up.
Well, right now it's basically like legal to steal from grocery stores in California
Because
like,
they can't do nothing
there's
else.
no like they can't prosecute or whatever.
There's this thing called a no chase policy. So it's like you can't chase, you can't, because of COVID, you can't necessarily. Loss prevention has lost a lot of like, funding because they can't properly do their job.
Right.
I remember loss prevention being able to like handle you like police. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But like because of COVID, you can't do anything now.
I think even before COVID, loss prevention wasn't allowed to really.
Certain areas.
I don't think they've been allowed to touch you since like since the mid 2000s and shit.
They've had. I had a buddy that worked for loss prevention like back in like 2014, 15.
He was allowed to touch.
Yeah, like he was tackling motherfuckers.
That's funny because I've heard the opposite from like way older time periods where like mall cops aren't allowed to like fucking touch your shit.
Oh yeah, that's mall cops.
But like, okay, so you're saying that it's like if it's independent, maybe there's different rules.
Yeah,
or
like if you have an independent contract, especially if you have a contract with a certain company, that's like a high theft.
But doesn't that put the risk on the actual security guard?
Yeah.
If the security guard accidentally like choked a guy to death, then he might get charged with murder.
It's
or
written
shit.
up like you're taking a risk. Like, but people that want to do it. Like,
I wouldn't be able to be a security guard.
I did it, and it's it's tedious as fuck.
Damn, you've done a lot of cool jobs.
But if it's one of these places where you're not doing shit and you can have a headphone in, then it's fine.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like there's so many shitty security guards just hanging out. Like the fucking security guard at the Red Lobster. That fool is sitting
at the Red Lobster.
Because I just got a job at the Inglewood Red Lobster. It's a shit show.
On Century?
Yeah.
Word?
It's a shit show.
Really?
But I got it because I live across the street and it's fucking cash. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm just going to take tables and shit. You got to sing happy birthday to people. Fucking.
Have you?
I've done it once.
But security at the Red Lobster?
Dude, it's Inglewood, bro. It's like the one, especially the one.
I mean,
on
I know
Century.
it's Inglewood, but it's like
at
the Red Lobster.
You're right. But what
goes down at the Red Lobster?
I think like if a check is $200 and people dip, like that's a lot of money.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
but what
has
can
that
the
happened?
security guard do?
He doesn't do shit. He just made it. Most security guards are
observe and report.
They're an intimidation factor.
Yeah.
Most security guards are an intimidation
But they're
factor.
not intimidating anymore. Unless you're gonna have fucking Brock Lesnar sitting there in a fucking security
That
shirt.
fool sucks. That fool. The
You know,
only thing
and what kills me is like there's these old fucks being security guards.
they can't do shit.
It's like, what are you supposed to do?
This dude can
They
barely
look like they're
I
melting.
understand you need a job, you need something.
but you
to
can
go.
barely stand for
But
8 hours.
You're right. It's like, what? Your lunch break is 2
They're
hours.
built like an ice cream cone.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. It's like people want to come in that store and like, yeah, I'll knock this guy out.
It's true that a restaurant seems like a weird place to have a security guard. I guarantee it's because people have dine and dash.
It's the dine and dash thing, but it's like it's so. How can you predict? I feel like if I wanted to, I could never pay for a meal at a
I
restaurant.
would
ever
have
again.
to. Yeah, it's like,
Well,
what
no,
you
that's
do?
the thing. That they have you check on your table like every 3 minutes.
I know, but
Yeah.
I
and
would
I've
figure
noticed
out a
that.
way.
I fucking noticed that.
Like
Mostly because I'm black and I eat with a lot of people.
a lot of people in Inglewood are black. Let me say that.
Yeah, last time
Like-
I was in Culver City, and Culver City is like one of the most racist cities I've been to in Los Angeles. Like for real.
No, yeah, I mean
It's ridiculous.
It's segregated by the cost of living. It's like
Yeah.
it's mostly wealthy white people and then some wealthy black people
And
sneak in.
crazy fun fact: Denny's in Culver City used to be where the Ku Klux Klan used to meet back in the day. Like, so it's owned by like a white person that's like.
Sounds like Culver City needs some diversity.
Yeah.
Oh, we should end it on that. I think.
I think you're right. I think our Patreon is longer than our main, potentially.
It
is.
No, this is dope. Thanks for having me.
For
real, yo.
We don't hang out with friends enough, and this is more importantly, it was an excuse to get to hang out with our pal Terry for an evening and freestyle rap and whatnot.
We'll do it again soon.
Yes,
I'm
indeed.
okay with just keeping Terry as a oddly more regular than others.
Yeah, I'll be back. You'll definitely hear me, yo. Even if I'm just chilling in the background, I'm gonna be here.
Sick.
Oh yeah. Well, bye, folks.
Peace.